Hello, the time has finally come. The 2026 World Cup final, and I will drop out my prediction right now. So, of these two set of teams, we got Spain taking on Messi's Argentina. Who will win this game? Okay, it's time for y'all to find out because this game is gonna be peak. I can feel it. This will be one of the best finals to watch because as a Barcelona fan, as a proud Barcelona fan, I will watch this game. And no matter who wins, I'll be happy. Messi, Barcelona, of course, I'll be happy. But if Spain wins, I'll be happy too because my Barcelona boys, I really like Barcelona. So that is my yeah. So yeah, let's get right into it. So let's start off with Spain. So their road to the World Cup did not start off the best after they tied 0-0 with Cabo Verde. But then in the second game, they did it. So they did start like really an iffy start, but then they bounced back, beat Saudi Arabia 4-0. Then they won against Uruguay 1-0. But then in the round of 32, that's play an easier opponent, Austria, which of course they beat them 3-0. They beat Portugal 1-0 in the round of 16 after a late minute goal, and beat Belgium 2-1 in the quarterfinals, barely swiping past them. But then in the semi-finals against France were actually looking good because they were one of the favorites to win the tournament. With players, of course, like Mbappe playing really well, they were looking likely. Many people were there favoring that France was going to win, but like saying that some even were saying that they were 100% going to win. But for me, I thought Spain were going to win because of their creativity, and I was right. Spain won 2-0 thanks to a first goal from a penalty from Mikel Oyarzabal, and then the second half, Pedro Porro, he's been really good in this World Cup, scored for second goal, the World Cup. 2-0 final score. That performance by Spain was just impressive. They dominated France in every area of the field, and they're playing really well. Because yeah, that's the type of the performance they need against the final. Because yeah, Spain, of course, Oyarzabal, their top goal scorer, some other players like Lamine Yamal, he does show up for the big games, so I think he's gonna show up in this final. Others playing well like Alex Baena, Dani Olmo, Pedri. The midfield is really good, also with Fabian Ruiz, of course, and Pedro Porro's playing well, Cucurella as well, and yeah, they're playing well. Spain are playing really well, but they remind me of the Euro 2024 where they play one of the best football we've ever seen. So yeah, this Spain team is really, really well, and they can win. They can win their third tournament. They can win their second tournament in a row, major tournament in a row. After they won the Nations League 2023, they won the Euros in 2024, and now they've won the. Now they can win the World Cup. Okay, so this team is really, really good. Spain. So yeah, let's move on to Argentina. Oh, and for hydration break, if you're wondering who will win the third place match between France and England, I think France are gonna win 1-0 and win the third place medal. That's my hydration break. And also make sure to play some games in FIFAplayzone.com. They're really fun. I recommend you. You can even get double the points and also win some fun prizes. So yeah, make sure to play FIFA.com as always. A really good suggestion. So yeah. Now let's move on to Argentina, which they could win back-to-back World Cups after they beat France 3-3 in the 2022 World Cup final, where they won 4-2 on penalties, and Messi, he's just a goal. Messi just a goal. So yeah, let's start off. Argentina, of course, they got out of the groups by beating Algeria 3-0, then beating Austria 2-0, and then beat Jordan 3-1. So yeah. Then they had to play Cabo Verde, which that was their toughest test so far because Cabo Verde pulled off one of the best fights I've ever seen in World Cup history. That might be the game of the tournament. Argentina 3, Cabo Verde 2. Impressive game. But then they committed one of the biggest comebacks against Egypt. Some people were saying that Egypt should have gone a goal, but for me, the rules are the rules. He's just Messi, man. You just cannot hate him because he's the goal. He's also been my favorite player until he left Barcelona. So yeah, so yeah, and then after that they beat Switzerland 3-1 after extra time, and then the semi-finals against England. that semi-final produced one of the best World Cup games we've seen so far. Because yeah, the first half was the first half didn't have much at all, but the second half, that's where it got more entertaining. It all started off with Barcelona's new signing. I'm glad we signed him. Anthony Gordon scored a tap in to put England up 1-0, but then England did bad stuff. They parked the bus against Argentina, because if you park the bus against Argentina, they know how to get the job done. Yes, if you park the bus against Argentina, you're in big trouble. And Thomas Tuchel, he subbed on 6 different defenders. It just, man, he played with 6 defenders after that. That's crazy. 6 in the back. Yes, he did. He subbed in Ezri Konsa, Mark Gay, Jet Spence, Nico O'Reilly, and John Stones. And who else? Dan Burn. That tall guy is insane. But if you want to beat Argentina, you just have to play simple, not play park the bus. Harambol. Yeah. But England learned their lesson, because they've been doing this for the past, I don't know, since the 2021 Euros final, where after they scored in the early minute, they parked the bus. And as well, they parked the bus against France in the World Cup 2022. They got knocked out to France by parking the bus. And then they parked the bus again against Spain in the Euro 2024 final. And then they parked the bus again. England just cannot learn their lesson, man. So, yeah. But then, of course, Enzo Fernandez, of course, he's him. He scored one of the best goals at the World Cup by a Messi assist. And then Lautaro Martinez, he's playing good so far in the World Cup. Scored a header to save Argentina to go to the final. Now, what a final we have. Spain against Argentina. Now for my final prediction. This game is just, I don't know, man. This World Cup final is so tight to predict, because Argentina, they have so much grit. Yeah, they have so much grit. Oh man. Because they are so resilient that they could come back. But Spain, they played really well against France, and they do not park the bus. They just keep possession and attack. Ooh. Who will win this final? Spain or Argentina? I don't know. But Spain play like that, because Argentina, it's so tight. It's so tight, man. It's so tight. But Spain can definitely. But we did see Argentina struggle against England in the semi-final for the first half. But Spain play like that. I just think Spain are gonna win. I think my initial prediction was Spain to win, but I think Spain are gonna win the World Cup, and I'll stick to it. I think the score prediction will be 2-1, and Lamine Yamal and Messi will score. It won't matter for Messi, because he's already got World Cup anyway, because he's just the GOAT, man. Messi's just the GOAT, and Lamine Yamal will score. So yeah, my prediction 2-1. I think Spain will win the World Cup. I'll stick for my current prediction since before the World Cup started, and yeah. So yeah, we'll see you for the next prediction. We'll see you for some more prediction videos in the future. That's my final World Cup prediction. And yeah, we'll see you in a bit. Bye.